Hey, Luke, it's ratings war. Hallelujah, it's a ratings war.
Yep, even though, I've said the word now. It's it's ruining a lot of things. It's canceling a lot of shows. There were still shows on Wednesday, and therefore there were ratings. But it's not as, it's not really the same ratings war that it was a week ago or 2 weeks ago. This is a very different ratings war now because NXT put on no matches, and they made it pretty clear early doors, prior to the show going out and when the show started, that there were going to be no matches. It was just video packages essentially, and that did just over 500,000 viewers, for 542,000 to be exact, which is a big decline from the previous weeks, but that's almost to be expected. AEW, on the other hand, did their live show and carried on as normal and had a big growth. They had a 21% bump in their ratings, drawing 932,000. Because a lot of people the sort of speculation was last week they lost a lot in that 18 to 49 demo because they were watching the news and watching Trump's announcements about the Steve Corino stuff. So with not so much that now in the background, people are still watching the news and watching, daily updates on it. They were going back to wrestling. And so we saw this big 21% increase for AEW viewership and a 35% increase in the 18 to 49 demographic.
The all-important
demographics. Yeah. So a big night for AEW and NXT, but kind of as we talked about in the AEW review yesterday, it almost feels like ratings are immaterial at the moment.
I mean, yeah, of course they are. But look, if NXT put on an actual show in front of no fans, just like AEW did, the rating would have been higher. If we're looking at I know there's bigger things, and if you think, oh well, Ollie's going too down there, so be it. I don't care. If you're looking at just the numbers, what will make the most interesting wrestling show that people want to tune into? AEW made a choice, and they made the better choice. Yeah. I think it's quite transparent now that putting on that style of wrestling, a style of wrestling that NXT does very well.
Among the best in the world.
Yeah, they're far more adept at that than Raw and SmackDown because that's their product. That's what the viewers expect, and it's a style that works a lot better without any fans in attendance. And apparently WWE was scrambling until the very last minute, like an hour before the show went live. They were still putting together some of those video packages, excellent video packages, but it wasn't any matches. And that seems to be because WWE just decided wrestling doesn't work without fans. Yeah. And then AEW come out and quite emotionally proved that it does. And Cody says people need entertainment. They need drama. They need tears. They need joy right now. And yeah, I know people are saying let's not look at this as a war because people don't want to think about such conflict during these trying times. But my mind does go there. And I think this is a quite clear victory for AEW and their approach.
Yeah,
WWE made the same mistake 3 times. If we're looking at it from the quality of a wrestling product, they did the wrong thing on SmackDown, they did the wrong thing on Raw, and they did the wrong thing again on NXT.
And they're just reducing it bit by bit. SmackDown had 3-4 matches. Raw had 4 minutes of actual on-air television. And people could say well, the match was longer. They wrestled during the commercial break. They likely didn't. The international broadcast of SmackDown showed that when the commercial break happened, they just stopped and then just picked it back up sort of 10 seconds before they went back on air. So we got 4 minutes of wrestling on Raw. I'm just going to move my hand a bit more so people can actually see that on camera. 4 minutes of wrestling. And then on NXT, you got no minutes of wrestling. So I'd be so intrigued to see what happens with SmackDown tonight and whether we are going to see this pattern now where it's just in-ring interviews and it's video packages and that's it. But they did say there's that report that they are doing this big taping schedule, so they are clearly going to do matches.
Daniel Bryan and Nakamura, those 2 guys off the top of my head who could go. Sami Zayn there as well.
There's loads of guys. I mean,
Gable.
WWE have got the greatest talent roster in the entire world because they've spent the last 5 years hoovering up all the best talent in the world. They have the most stacked roster of any company, probably in the history of pro wrestling. They could quite easily put on amazing shows with no fans in attendance, but they have chosen not to.